Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, race fans. Alex here up in the booth. We're here with the CReal Camper 125 for the Great Lakes Cup Series at Atlanta. Coming after a 2-week vacation for the holidays. Happy holidays for whatever you guys were celebrating. Very exciting race back there in Daytona back on the 12th of December. The Rock. Sorry. Finishing up qualifying here, making sure that everybody who's not in a spot's getting one, as the top 25 are locked in. So Joe will be on in just a minute. If you guys want to shout out any drivers here on the stream or whatnot, we'll get you guys going and we'll see it and maybe interact with you a little bit during the race. Looking like the track might be a little slick today here at Atlanta, as the race is getting close to start. Should be rolling off the pit road here in a second with everybody as we're scrolling through some of the camera angles here at Atlanta. for those of you just coming on, this is the CReal Camper 125 at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Great Lakes Cup Series, as they're lining up right there, getting ready to start doing their pace laps before the race. See the first bit of the starting grid right there, 1 through 20, as everyone's getting ready to start rolling off. Everyone in the chat out there, give a little shout out to your favorite driver. Who you guys think is going to win? How you think the race is going to go?
What's going on, Alex, tonight? How you doing?
I'm good, Joe. How are you?
Man, I tell you what, we're forming up here tonight. Great Lakes Cup Series. Now, we kicked off the Truck Series this past Tuesday in an exciting thriller race. Now, we've already kicked off the Cup Series. We did a couple races, I think it was, before Christmas, and it's been exciting so far with these guys. These are the Cups. We're used to the trucks on Tuesday, but man, these are the bad boys here tonight.
Yeah, I was going through with the shouting out the people in the comments. Give us your favorite driver, whatnot. We'll interact with you a little bit, like I said a little bit before. For the CReal Camper 125 here at Atlanta. We're going to be a nice little race we got going on here.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
Use that guy's throwing the green flag as the pace car takes a dive down pit road as we go into turn 1 right here.
Yeah, everybody's down in turn 1, like you just said. You're pretty stout so far.
A little throwback. Maybe an old Mark Martin pace scheme, if I recall. The first lap, pretty. Stout's a good word. I could go with stout. These guys are chugging along. Look like we might get some pretty good green flag runs here. Kind of how we have been. These guys have been on top of it with their keeping themselves clean and keeping the racing clean, which is always good to see.
Hang on just a minute here, folks. Make sure why the background sound's not working for you. But it's a good race so far, like you just said.
As we go off for just a second, trying to fix that background noise, as Joe just said. Like I said, give us a little shout out. Who you guys think is going to win? As we're coming back up, it looks like.
We're in a caution for the first time here tonight, too.
We'll get right back into see if we can get back on the caution real quick after we get this background noise technical difficulty fixed for you guys.
Well, you can hear us, folks, but you can't hear the cars. So once you be able to hear the cars going around, but yeah, we're in the caution for the first time tonight here. So I guess you gotta love technology there, Alex. Man, you gotta love sometimes the Windows too,
It's all part of the game. It's It's all part of the game. As long as we get it squared away, I think we'll be set pretty good. So
I think we got it. Well, then we're good, man. We got the cars back here. Vroom, vroom, vroom. We're racing. How y'all doing out there tonight? What's up, man? Nate? Yeah. Fitzpatrick or Fitzgerald's going to take this one. Yeah, that's Thunder. I was working on it there, man. My bad. I just noticed it. I'm glad y'all pointed it out there to me. But caution out for the first time here tonight. Let's go back here and see if we can't pull up. It looks like Ty Atkins. Go back on him and see maybe if we can get an idea of maybe what happened to him. Oh, just got turned going down a bad stretch and slams the wall hard. That's actually not Ty. That's Shane Posey. Posey? Is it Posey? I think we said it was Posey, right? Yeah. Ty and Shane, unfortunately, already beating and banging in this one.
was Posey the one that we were talking about with where whoever it was in the comments said about like the flower, but we were still confused about it?
Right, it is. It's like the flower, so Poinzetti, and we never got a chance to talk to him. So I'll get up with him in sometime, try to kind of clarify that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that way I'll know. I try to get these guys' names right. Really. Hey, if you like what it is, hit the share, hit the like out there, folks. Man, I know the league definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope I say your name right out there in the chat. Nashua, is that right? Nashua, Nathan, Thunder out there. What's going on? How y'all doing? Shout out to Fitzgerald. Looks like Fitzgerald's got a fan club going on. Oh, we can see that, Nathan. Absolutely. Got the palms up. What's going on? We're going back green flag here. Oh, Alex, I tell you, RJ Williams out front. That's actually now I got to get back familiar with a lot of these guys. I obviously know who Elliot Henderson is. That guy's just fast out there. But got RJ, man. He looks pretty quick. Spencer Dickinson, Lee Tankersley. Got a tank out there. Green flag, we're back racing. Fall asleep on me, did you?
No, I'm scrolling through the names right now, see if I can maybe sound them out over here myself. It seems to be our biggest struggle is butchering people's names and whatnot. So.
I'm gonna tell you what, since I've started, man, that's one of the things with names, and I always tell the drivers, hey, by the end of the season, we'll try to get them down for you. And let me know what it is. Get up with me, sir, during the week. Facebook, hit me up somewhere during the OSR network or something, and I'll definitely try to work on it and get it right. Yeah, I'm an old guy, Look at the battle up front already, though. RJ's got company. Looks like Lee's going to try to snip it down on the inside. Look at these guys side by side. Good racing so far.
Yeah, these guys seems like they're doing pretty clean, like how we always say that they race pretty clean, and they seem to be getting kind of competitive up front. I don't want to say dicey because no one's really throwing any big risky moves out there, but does he look like coming off a 3 and 4, the top might get a little bit of a good little run right there. Never mind.
You got to arc in
over here.
Yeah. If I don't know if you've ever seen or I know you've seen it, but run this tracker thing, and you could just see them starting to get single file, which is probably going to be the norm if you get a long green flag run. This place kind of mimics a little bit of Charlotte, and you want that low line going in, and you kind of drift up going high coming out of the turns, coming very slick style, and kind of push coming off the turns, get that loose tight feeling, which you definitely don't want as a driver. But, yeah, right now, man, it's a good one. So everybody's trying to get down low. Top 4 or 5 guys, single file. You got going back to roundabout 9th place where Elliot Henderson is. We're getting into side-by-side racing going on here.
Oh, that's what was confusing me. There's multiple Williams in this league, so that's why I was like, RJ? The other guy?
Well, there's William.
Excuse me for a second.
There's William. The other William we're familiar with, he runs in the truck series right there.
See, there's one in second right there, one in 15, one in 16.
The William and William show, man.
Maybe it's a whole clan of them.
Yeah, they came out the woodwork comes. What's up, Corey? Yeah, I'm missing out reading it. What's up, Corey? How you doing? Shout you out. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow. Yeah, we got racing tomorrow night too, man. Tell you what, we've got the anniversary badge. Go whoever's in 31st. All right, 34. Number 34. All right, 34. 34.
Rick
34.
Grosser.
Grosser?
Grosser? Grosser? Grosser?
It is here. Yeah, folks, y'all just got to work with us here. We trying to find him. Ball out the race.
I'm not seeing him either. Maybe
I don't see him out here, Corey, so I'm not 100% sure, man, on where he's at. So good battle up front here so far. That's actually around about the 13th place spot. Got some good wheel-to-wheel action here. That's a good shot just to show you right there, Alex, man, just how close these guys are. You can see side-by-side, door-to-door up front there. So, hey, let me know how everything sounds and looks to you out there tonight. We're here at Atlanta. Actually, this is not kicking off the Cup Series. We kicked them off before Christmas, and then we took a little small Christmas break there for a couple of weeks. So we've already had the Daytona run, but here tonight in Atlanta, good looking run so far.
Yeah, these guys, they're battling it out pretty well. Pretty much throughout the field, as you can see that little single file group up at the front. But everyone else seems to be battling pretty good as they're the single file is slowly creeping its way back into the pack. But at least everyone's keeping themselves clean, you know. Like you said, there's pretty close door to door at a few times, but they're all doing a pretty good job of making sure they're all clean, which is always a good thing to see. And because nobody wants to catch a penalty to the end of the line or whatever for the next race or something like that. So
Yeah.
I think it's also an incentive for them to keep clean and everything, and they seem to be doing a pretty good job of it most of the way. As the single file is kind of making its way into form right here throughout pretty much the entire field.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to see as it goes longer than the green flag. I mean, you might see a little battles here and there as guys, some are better at tire management, like right here around about the 4th, 5th place. Right behind them, the Elliott Henderson there at 5th and 6th. You might see a guy make a pass here and there, but for the most part, they're going to go kind of single file as the run goes on. You go kind of back here around 13th, get a little dicey happening. This placement is hard on tires. Very, very mindful of it. Good run, and I know they said they're looking for Fitzpatrick out there. Let's see if we can find a Fitzpatrick for this guy. There we go, Gavin Fitzpatrick. Actually, I think Gavin had a fan club, man, this past Tuesday, if I ain't mistaken. Nice looking machine there, too. Look at that. Tim Hortons.
That thing is slick. I can get on board with that one. I like that one. Real glossy. Love it.
Yeah. Got a shine to it going on there. So there you go. I know Nathan out there. Definitely on. Awesome run so far here. He's having a pretty good run, too. Shane Nice Wonger up there in front of him. I like the Cup cars, just like how they look, sound, and had a good field here too. We got 39 machines out here. Look at this, man. Still got quite a few of them out here running. Wow, that's a nice Coke machine back there. It's Daniel. Unfortunately, he looks like he got caught up in a little wreck earlier on, but that's like a Coke machine back there. Unfortunately, running 35th place, and then you got right behind him is that's Chris White, about 36th spot.
Yeah, they both look like they can be Coke machines. You just slap a Coke logo on it, you got a Coke and a Coke Zero right there.
That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Ain't that cool? Running there with each other. Ty Atkinson, unfortunately, the man that got caught up in there. His monster got bit. Dane, unfortunately, still on pit road. And so one driver officially out of the race. But our leader right now, this man, Lee, looks like he's got a tank up there. I mean, tank Well, he's got tank in his name, and that thing does look like it would be like a tank out there, green and white.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It looks, I mean, it's got the color. It's got the
Absolutely.
tank green, army green, something like that.
Yeah. Nice looking ride. I mean, he's got a bars. He's right now dominating pretty good. Let's see, RJ right there on his back bumper a little bit. He could close in. Probably just, I would have to feel that maybe RJ at this point right now is kind of just riding. He understands that a track like this could jump out, maybe bite you at any time. Tires are going to wind down. You're going to chew them up. You got a good little run going. Why not kind of just following the pace of him? No need to press the issue yet.
As we got Dylan Wilson sitting in third. Name I'm not too familiar with.
Dylan? Well, he's got a back door of Jacob Manning there, I tell you.
Yeah. He is knocking.
No doubt. Let's see, Max Williams. This guy out here in the chat says Max Williams. That's his favorite one. Georgia Tech out there. He's running the Georgia Tech machine. Nice looking ride. He's back there in 17th. Just kind of see if he can't maybe get a few little positions following up the spot. That's Corbin out there says, my favorite driver is Williams. Max Williams. Now, that's a wild looking paint job. What was that? Is that the Rugrats?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Is little Rugrats, a little Reptar
is it
action right there. Oh no, wait.
No, wait a minute. That's
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
Pickle Rick.
Wow, looking, man. Whoever made that paint job, good job right there, too. That's old Scott. He's up there in the 16th place spot. Look good. So if you can't just kind of ride, maybe pick off a few little spots here and there. What the Pete's got? Well, Pete's not his normal little Pete machine. He's got the worldwide technology, and now he's got a bunch of tech on his car. He's back at 21st. So a lot of the guys we're seeing here, some of the guys do run in the truck series. A lot of new faces out here that run a little bit differently in the Cup series here. They're both really two different leagues, basically the same kind of series, but one's a truck, one's the Cup. Trucks run on Tuesday night, Cup runs here on Saturday nights. If you're looking to join them, check them out on Facebook. I know these guys definitely would. That's the man right there, Christopher Heller. He runs the Cup series here. Samuel Hoff is the guy you want to get up with on the truck side of things. So that's the main man right there, Christopher. Pretty good in 18th spot.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure going back to Pete, looking for the Pete machine, I'm pretty sure I saw a different Aflac car out there that had a duck on it. I can't remember whose it was, but I'm pretty positive I saw it.
Run through the field here. Now, let's see. Jacob says Max Williams, that's your brother. Okay, good deal. Tell brother right now, you can call him up and say, look, you're running 17th. Get up the field a little more. Run through the field here and see if we can find some of these paint jobs he was talking about. That's a nice one right there. Time Hotel Racing. That's nice. That one right there glows in the dark. There's Nathan Nixon. Nick Martin. A throwback to old Dale Earnhardt.
Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that one.
That was nice. It was throwback. Throwback to Jeff Gordon right there. Not in the back here, so let's go up front here. Well, we know what Lee's in. He looks like he's in a tank machine out there. And, well, RJ's already closing in. So watch right here for a second, see if RJ makes a bid for the lead. I know he's been back there riding. He's going to the inside. Battle for the lead so far up here to the front.
Yeah, that was perfect time to flip up there, Joe.
Yeah, it was a smooth move, too, he made right there. That was a good pass. Clean. Just was able to get up there and get around him. The Jacob Manning. Nice looking machine there. And there's Elliot Henderson, slowly but surely. Was it the Henderson design? Doug Williams, one wrap. Jacob and hope you're not on any kind of stuff, folks, because if you see that car, you'd be like, happiness something.
Yeah, I can't quite make that one out.
Happiness something.
Hippies?
I know it's got happy on it. Oh, wait a minute. It is hippies. Well, it's hippie on the side, ain't it? Yeah. Hippies. Yeah, I can tell that thing wild. Ashley right there hanging on. Brandon throwback again to there. Another Bobby the Bonnie throwback. And that's kind of a throwback to Jeff Gordon, but I'm not sure who's on the front. Looks like a dinosaur. Sean Williams. You see him? Check him out on YouTube right there. SWSEPHY.
You got guys in the comments saying hippies chippies.
Hippies Chippy. Okay. Yeah. Well, give us a little info on what Hippie Chippies is, or we'll just look him up on Facebook. We're just kind of going through the paint jobs here right now. There's Eric Kemp right there hanging on the 12th place spot. There's the Affleck car. Spencer Dickinson. He's got through. That's Carl. That would be Carl Edwards' paint job. Way back in the day there. When he drove for Roush.
Oh, who knows? Maybe if he gets up to the top spot and wins, he could send a video in the chat of him doing a backflip off of something. Who knows?
Yeah, I tell you what, it always amazed me that guy could still do those. But nice looking paint job there. Got a nice looking set of cars out there. So Hippies Chippies. I gotta look that one up there, friends. Let's do a little.
Yeah, I've never heard of Hippies Chippies. But that's pretty interesting. I almost wanted to call it the cotton candy car.
Okay, I found what was called the Hippie Chippy, and in the UK, it says the best chips in the universe, the Hippie Chippy. Now, I don't know if this is actually the one he's referring to. I hear you, Corey. Yeah, that's my kind of paint. So Hippie Chippy, it says it's a triple cooked goodness.
We got the number 16 going around.
Uh-oh. Caution out. That's Sean Williams. Go back on him and see. Oh, a car in front of him slowed up. Not sure that was a 16, and then he just got pile drived. Nowhere to go. Ouch. And just like that, night's done.
It was a 16 of Ethan Makwa. Makwa?
Wow, hate that.
Not sure quite reason why he was slowing up, but not sure I saw anybody duck down for a pit stop or nothing. I wasn't expecting him yet.
Okay, so now they're telling me it's a chip in Michigan. They have one also in K. It's spelled different from the way I saw it here. Tried finding it the way he had it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, there it is. Hippie Chippies. There it is. They have flavored tortilla. Get them in the stores. I got you. Okay. All right. Well, we found out what it is. Oh, and they got a Facebook page. Go to Hippie Chippies on Facebook, folks. Find out all your favorite chips. Reason why we're talking about this because there's a car out there with it on there. Yeah, bad luck,
we've
man.
Been on it for a couple minutes.
Yeah, bad luck out there, Bedford. You're right, man. Just bad luck for old Shane or Sean out there. So, hey, there's nowhere to go, unfortunately. And the caution here, second time tonight. Had a good long green flag run. You see that we were just talking about the hippie car. There he is, out in front of Dylan. It's actually, I think it's Jacob is the one who was driving it. Yep, Jacob. Out the fourth. Everybody looks like they took 4 tires and fuel. Go.
Yeah, based on that view you had from the front of pit road, it looked like a pretty full pit stop for pretty much everybody. So
Yeah.
everybody jumping up on the sides, and which I would expect, especially here at Atlanta like this. I actually drove right past Atlanta, the Speedway, coming back home in a road trip in October. So
Oh,
pretty
okay.
neat little
Nice.
fun fact. We were also at Daytona, so that's that. Bunch of stuff happened on that trip. As Elliott moves up a spot. I saw that. As Lee goes back to 4th.
Yeah, Lee's going back to 4th. RJ's back up to, looks like 2nd. Jacob benefited from the caution and got out front there. Body is right now 4 tires and fuel. Oh,
I'm trying to figure out if this logo right here on RJ's car on the hood goes with what he's got on the side. Because if you ask me, it looks sort of like a college logo to me, but what's on the side isn't. As the logos and the paint scheme seem to be all that we're talking about this evening so far.
yeah, no doubt. I'll tell you what, right now looking pretty good so far. As let's see, Jacob Manning out front, RJ Williams sitting there in 2nd, Elliott Henderson up to 3rd. He's hanging in 4th, and Jacob up to 5th so far. A good one. Okay. Get everybody tuning in. Here we go. Getting set. Double them up. 2x2. Had a pretty good long green flag run that time there, Alex.
Yeah, that was pretty long. I want to see what, so far I'm seeing a good turnout here on the YouTube chat right here. Kind of see some of the other people that haven't chimed in, see who they're rooting for and whatnot as we're going back into double files. We're getting ready to go green again here.
Absolutely.
But like you were saying, pretty nice long green flag run. That's pretty typical, I'd say, which is, it's not bad. It's good. But also, sometimes the crashes are what's exciting, like the truck race from the other night on Tuesday at Daytona. We saw a couple guys doing some flips and cartwheels and tricks and whatnot in their trucks. And granted, you don't always want to see that, even in the virtual racing. As the pace car dips down, we're going green.
Green flag out right now. Here we go. Side by side racing. 2x2.
Daniel got a nice little jump off with that, pulling Elliott with him kind of on the bottom. Look at Brazzelli gets a little loose right there off the corner. It looked like the other third
Battle
and
up
fourth
front.
picking
Here
up on
comes
them too real quick.
yeah, and here comes Elliott on the inside. He's going to try to take that lead away from Jacob. Looks like he's going to be able to steal that. Well, I thought he was there for a minute. Now, this is the time where you want to do it. New tires. Look at old Lee coming up the outside. You can utilize the outside, but this is the time you want to try to make moves. Because your tires are kind of new, and, you know, after a while, they're going to just kind of fall off. So you want to get as many as you can. Here comes Jacob and Jacob up there. Good side-by-side battle for 1st and 2nd. I think I kind of spread out shot right there.
Well, I was just hitting the caps lock on my iPad keyboard trying to talk for a second, but it's on my laptop. So I was like, I ain't getting nothing.
That's a good door-to-door battle. Elliott went high. Here comes Jacob down low. Then the Manning says, I'm going to try to take it down low too. They shuffle Elliott up to the top side along with Lee.
Here comes Jake Bansky into the lead in that Hippies Chippies, the most popular machine of the night.
No doubt.
Pulling up to the front.
Good.
Yeah, got a very nice battle coming up, I'd say. I wouldn't say the battle for second. I'd say a battle for first between these 5 cars up here.
They're riding along with RJ right now. See what he sees in front of him. He sees old Manning and Elliott battling out. You can just start seeing that low line's going to kind of pull the high line, just not being able to get the groove. After a while, those tires just start to fall off, and see RJ's going to dive down the inside, take that spot away from Elliott. And right now, the door's going to close on him. Elliott's not going to have anywhere to go because here comes Brandon Gusky to the inside.
Oh, that's who that is in that throwback Jeff Gordon paint scheme right there, looks like.
Yep, Brandon Gusky.
Here we go. Frequent flyer here. Racked up quite a few miles up on his card. Oh, as Elliott does manage to get down. Here we go.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous on the Elliott part if it had kept staying up in there. You just see that car, it's just kind of pushing up a little bit. Don't want that to happen. You see Brandon get a good run on the inside of the turn. And what he'd love to do is maybe just try to get Elliott pushed back up the track, maybe to get the nose up on the inside of him. But cars right now are dancing around a little bit still.
Yeah, it looks like they got into single file a lot quicker this time around than the first one. It looks like it took them maybe 15, 20 or so laps until they really dedicated to single file, which they kind of are and they kind of aren't. Still, people are jumbling around a little bit, but they're doing pretty good. Like we always say, they're doing their due diligence to keep a clean race and everything, and be good sports about everything. Always good to see it as Jake's just kind of rolling up front.
Yeah, right now Jacob is looking very good. He's got it locked down to two Jacobs. He's got Manning and Bransky up front there. So they're looking very well.
Jacob Manning. Did I say Daniel Manning earlier? Is that what I said?
I don't know, man.
Is that what I said? Because you said it you said Jacob a couple times, and I'm like, Daniel Manning?
Oh, we him in the wall.
Oh, no!
He was able to hang on to it, but just kind of got up there and bumped the wall a little bit. Scraped the whole right side of that machine. Ouch.
It looks like they're not throwing a caution out, which
no,
good.
I mean,
he rolled off pretty well.
Yeah, we're still going there. No need to caution it out here. He was able to hang on to it there, but you could see coming out of the turns how just tight these cars get. They kind of throw right up into the turns. And he's definitely going to probably have to go into pits and try to get low, but he's definitely going to have to go into pits and maybe get some of that damage taken care of. Wow.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of you talking about that. Reminds me a little bit of the Rockingham, a little bit. Unless I totally misunderstood what you said, but
what's
that's
that?
what it sounds like to me.
What?
Throwing around a little bit in the turns like the Rockingham.
Well, Rockingham is a track again too that can get very, very tight. Actually, Charlotte's what I kind of usually refer this place to. Is get really tight coming out of the turns there. Christopher hanging on to the 10th place spot. Eric Kemp right there in 9th. Been a good little run so far though here in Atlanta. What's up, Corey?
These guys are doing pretty good. Ian Browning, a couple minutes ago, said, hoping Jacob can get up to the front.
Well, give us an idea of which Jacob you're pulling for. I'm going to say he's pulling for, I think he's doing Bransky.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, that's who's up front right now.
Yeah, leading it pretty good right now. Good.
So, yeah, and his hippies jippies from all the stuff there in Michigan. Maybe,
he's got trouble with Manning there on the backside. Manning's going to look like he's going to try to take the spot away from him. He's diving down the inside, battle for the lead. And look at that. Manning takes it from him, just right up on the inside.
It don't look like they're putting up too much of a fight, especially when the guy behind him is getting a clean run coming up on him.
I tell you what, Alex, one of the reasons there, I don't know if you're seeing it, is when they go on the outside like that, the cars behind them get such a good run, and you don't want to end up, you lose one position, you don't want to end up losing 3 or 4.
Yeah, as Elliott moves up to third right here. We got monster car coming up here with Smokey. Maybe it's because he's disappearing and whatnot. Usually
that
that's what I
thing
see after
blew
cars
up. I think
disappearing.
that thing blew up for the night.
Ooh, maybe.
Very smooth
this
RJ right there. You can see him on the wheel. Very smooth going around the turn. That's what you want. Not yanking the wheel a lot, so not really abusing the tires. Yeah, right there, just really, really smooth.
Yeah, I was just about to say, this is a great view to see. Also, not just what they're doing on with the steering wheel, as you see how smooth, like you were saying, how he's going, but also you can see what they're seeing. Like you can see in their rearview mirror, like we are from RJ's view right here. You can see in the left rearview mirror, and that's a really cool concept. I always loved seeing this view with racing and whatnot, and seeing what they see. And it's just like just imagine yourself in the car like this has always been a very cool concept to me, and definitely love it. Makes me shaking my shoes over here.
I hear you. And like you said, it just gives you a good idea and understanding of what these guys are doing, modulating these machines around. Just to see you can, and it again, all top drivers right there, kind of running pretty even so far. Tires right now, the biggest key. Good green flag. Yeah, good green flag run. Me and Brzezinski. Okay, so he's pulling for Brzezinski.
Bransky? Is
Bransky.
it Bransky here?
Probably
in
Bransky. I'll say Bransky.
We'll
go with Bransky. How's that?
Oh, there. Okay. Because I'm confusing myself so much over here. So
well, you got Jacob Manning out front.
Over here.
You got Jacob Manning, then you got Bransky there in second. So Elliott Henderson hanging on the third. RJ Williams up in fourth. Then you got Brandon Brzezinski having a good run up there in the fifth place spot. Ashton Lawson, Lee and Ashley, 7th and 8th. Eric Kemp 9th. Christopher Heller rounds out the top 10. But he's got company there with Shane Nicewarmer and company there. Good battle for 10th and 11th.
Yeah, Shane's coming up, making some ground. Because last time I remember us looking, he was maybe 16th, 17th, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to shout something out here real quick here, Alex. Christopher Heller, unfortunately, lost his dog, passed away, Miley. They had to put him down. He was 10 years old, so lived a pretty good long life. But hate that and whatnot. I wanted to do. I forgot about it. Lap 10. I wanted to do a lap of silence for him. Lap we're on right now. We're going to hit lap 60. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do a lap. On lap 60, we'll do it right here. Silent lap for him. All right, well, I'll tell you what, man, right there, just lap 60, 61, just a little bit of a silent lap there for, and a lot of people like, well, really, but hey, dog's your best friend out there, and unfortunately passing away. So, Christopher, got your thoughts out here. Main man, 2 of the league, so awesome right there, Christopher Heller.
Yeah, coming from me too, definitely saddened about that. Being a dog handler, as my time in the Marine Corps is how I spent my time, was being a dog handler. So now I have a nice little dog of my own, getting a little puppy soon. So definitely feel that, and Very nice little lap of silence for you and your dog.
Oh, yeah,
Chris.
Molly be looking down on him right now, and he's having a good run up in ninth place. So there you go. So hopefully he can maybe get a good finish out of it here tonight as we're at Atlanta Motor Speedway, folks, here for the Great Lakes Cup Series. And remember, we run the Great Lakes Truck Series on Tuesday night, so they kind of just the two, both of the leagues here at the Cup Series, already into their season. We kicked off the Truck Series last Tuesday, so good one so far. As you got Jacob Manning out front, and Bransky right there sitting in second, R.J. Williams in third, Elliott Henderson fourth, and Ashton hanging out top five. Everybody kind of being patient and silent right now.
Yeah, what I like about this, having both the Great Lakes Cup and the Truck Series, and being able to have the opportunity to be up here with you for both of them, is you see a good amount of the same guys, but then you see another percentage, a good percentage of them that aren't in the other one or are new to the series, or the Great Lakes series, I should say, and how different the trucks versus the Cup racing goes as far as who's running up front throughout the race. And I mean, besides Elliott Henderson, but that's so. But seeing these different faces showing how good they are and that they can hang with the big dogs is pretty cool to see that, and the difference between the trucks and the Cup Series for me, I'd say.
Absolutely. Well, we're past halfway here at Atlanta for the Cup Series, like I say, Great Lakes Cup Series. And like what you said, I mean, obviously, the difference between the truck and the Cup car used to be one was power, but not so much now with the package they run on the 1.5 mile. Now, what I will say, and I don't know how familiar you are with it, actually, Corey out there who's listening knows this. Week 13, they do changes. They did change a little bit. The tire model changed a lot, so they said that these cars got a little bit more slicker than what they used to be. Used to be really planted to the ground. So they've kind of changed them around a little bit. The package is not as, it's still the same package NASCAR runs, but on the 1.5 mile tracks like Atlanta, they're able to, get a little bit more looser than what they were before. It used to be a lot tighter of a car.
Yeah, I remember you bringing that up in, what was it, the Daytona race that we did for the Cup Series? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was either that or one of the final races for the Truck Series, the last Truck Series season. I remember you kind of walking me through it a little bit, so just trying to keep up with it as best I can, just ask questions where I can to the people in the league and figure out what I can, so I can get a little knowledge on it as much as I can possibly.
Well, NASCAR, iRacing obviously tries to follow NASCAR as close as they can. I mean, it is a simulator out here, and they try to get as close as they possibly can to the package and rules that NASCAR implies. Now, this being a fixed setup style series where it's not open setup or anything like that, they're bound to whatever the setup that iRacing makes for them, which kind of is supposed to put them all on the even playing field. With tire management, how you drive really is going to affect it, and so forth and so on. But still, the package of these cars, the aerodynamics, how the tires fall off. They have 1-0 tempo really close quarter right there. Dylan Wilson almost got on the door of William, but the tires do. I mean, you still have to manage tires here, or they will fall off, and your pace will fall off. Some guys are more aggressive than others. Some are really conservative.
And here's where I go into our phenomenon of the game of chess. It's always a topic that I feel needs to be talked about. And, everybody has their own strategies. So, but some work out better than others. Some just absolutely shoot them into oblivion. Some people just get unfortunate circumstances and they don't have anywhere to go, and just so happens that the race ends for them. But that, like you were saying, some of them are more conservative, some are more aggressive, and haven't really figured out yet which play works out the best, because it seems like we'll get someone right out of left field that'll come in out of nowhere, that'll just come in and swoop in at the end.
Well,
so
yeah, and you talk about the chest thing. I look back too. One of the biggest things last year that iRacing implemented was the tire limits, and allowed leagues to put limits on tires. I should have probably asked Christopher what the limit was here tonight, but what that basically is used to you can get unlimited set of tires throughout the race. Every caution you can come in and get tires if you wanted to. Now the leagues can limit it to you only get like 3 sets, 4 sets, etc., etc. And what that does is that brings about a whole new bit of strategy. The fast guys, yeah, they can still be fast, but it all depends on if they get long green flag runs, or even cautions for that matter, how they manage those tires too.
I think that goes with making it as possibly close to as. How did that happen? He just jumped way down there, or what? He just like time traveled or something across down to the apron or whatnot. But no, I think that comes with making it as realistic as they can, because in real life they have a set number of tires they can use in a race, and
right.
I think that brings a realism factor up a little bit, and I like that concept. Definitely making people's strategies have to change. Like you said, some back in the day they had unlimited, and now they don't, and that puts a wrench in some people's plays and maybe hinders some dominance. Who knows? But I think everybody's got a pretty good, especially this far into the races, we're coming to about 2/3 of the race or so done. So I think everybody's got a pretty good amount of knowledge on what they're going to be doing, and who knows, someone might have that late in the race play that just throws everything off, and it works out completely in favor of them. And I mean, everything's a toss-up. We know. We don't know what's going to happen, but who knows? Maybe our FBI agents are listening, and because that seems to always happen. So that's another phenomenon to talk about.
Well, the one thing about, like I say, this place is hard on tires. You know that. And over the course of a run, you're seeing here, some guys are better at long runs, some guys are better at shorter runs. So another thing to think about, like you said, is rolling a long green flag might not affect too much how many pit stops they're doing, because it all depends on the fuel too.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure what the consumption rate is during these races.
Find out.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure on what the... Yeah, you know what I mean, like the rate of consumption or whatever compared to like if it was actually 500 miles. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what that is.
Well, they go by percentage a lot of times, 50%, 75%, 100%. A few leagues might run 100% fuel, and then you pretty much just calculate off what a real NASCAR race would be then, and you could kind of go from there. If somebody to run 75%, you could say the laps or so off or whatnot. Kind of go from
there. Yeah, quick math the computer does for me. Everybody likes that.
No doubt. Okay.
You got, like you said, a nice long green flag run. Things are getting a little bit spaced out, and the same group kind of running up front. I'm kind of curious as to when we'll have our first set of green flag stops. Kind of like we were saying, maybe
Well, they pitted. Most folks pitted on lap 36. Had that last caution. Lap 80. Out there quite a while,
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. I'm kind of trying to do some quick math in my head without the computer, like contrary to exactly what I just said. But I'm trying to figure out maybe when we'll see some different pit strategies coming up, because You always got those guys that are like, oh, one more lap, we'll see if something happens. One more lap, we'll see if something happens. We'll go, hey, we're going now. And if we get out and then everyone has to pit for a caution, we're good. We just pass the whole field.
Oh, yeah, I know. And you know, as long as they've went from lap 36 on, this here could, if it keeps going green like it is, this could be a crucial pit stop too, because you know and I know green flag pit stops split the field up so much. And right now you've got to look, I mean, Jacobs, he's got a little bit of a lead over the second place car there of Bransky, but it's not that much. I mean, it's about a half-second lead, and R.J. Williams right there along with him. But you're starting to see those guys spread out. As you see, the leader is on pit road now. So Manning hopped in the pit now.
Yeah, I thought for a second that the car coming in last lap was... It piqued my interest for a second because I thought I saw in the corner of the screen that maybe he was like spinning out from slamming on his brakes. Him coming off the pit road right there. I couldn't catch a number, but
the number one. Well, yeah, it's number one machine of Jacob Manning. He was leading, and he's going to take 4 tires and fuel, and he's out. But let's see, he pitted here on lap 82. His last pit was on lap 36.
It's about 46 laps or so.
50 laps. About almost 50 laps. Not quite yet, about 46 like I said. So he almost could take this thing to the end. Let's see, 25 and 50. Yeah, he could take it to the end. So this is a crucial pit stop for a lot of guys. You want in and off pit road. You don't want to make any mistakes. If it goes green the rest of the way. Wow.
I don't think Elliott pitted either, did he?
Elliott
up front.
Nope, he is still out.
Yeah, I don't think it looks like he's about to come down. Maybe. Yeah, there we go.
He opted to stay out maybe a lap or two early. That might benefit him at the end. Now, again, we're looking at this. I mean, they've done exceptional night, only 2 cautions so far tonight. Everything's been pretty good, long green flag run so far. But, definitely you're looking at the fact if it goes green the rest of the way. Not sure who that was. It almost went master pit stop. But Elliott there looks like he's going to take his 4 tires and fuel. You want to get it filled up. But just that couple laps later could help him towards the end of the race, whether there's a caution later on, which then again that's going to throw everything out the book because you're going to get tires anyways. But if it goes green flag, it could help him at the end of the race.
Yeah, it absolutely could. I was kind of thinking maybe what we're going to see maybe if we end up with some green-white checkered finishes, maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah,
see if that'll play a factor in that strategy, kind of like you were just saying, is we got the 43 Pete machine. That's not the Pete machine in the Cup Series, but it's the Pete machine in the Truck Series.
That's right. Here's the thing, too. You got to look. As Jacob's going to take over back, he took back over the lead, just kind of cycle everything back around. That puts him, remember RJ and them, they were only about a half second back. Now they're 2.5 seconds back. Wow.
Yeah, that pit stop seems like it worked out very much in Jacob Manning's favor right here. I'm trying to look at the ticker up on the left side, but maybe he'll just roll here with Pete. See if,
yeah, Pete says, man, I ain't going to lap down yet. Hey, in front of you.
Pete's a little feisty guy. Maybe a little more feisty with the duck machine, but who knows? He's got the petty power of the 43 here, so.
Yeah. And probably got a little fresher tires the way he's able to move away from Jacob there a little bit. But Jacob actually right now, sees that, doesn't want to push the issue. He's got a pretty good substantial lead. He's actually walking away from RJ, who is back here in second. About almost 3 second gap between the two. And then Bransky, marred back in traffic, back in third. He's about 5 seconds back. Remember when he went into the pits, he was only like about a half second back. Now he's like 4.5, 5 seconds back. I'm not sure what happened to the other Jacob. What happened to the other Jacob?
We got so many Jacobs, so many Williams. We can't keep track of them all.
Okay, yeah, Jacob Manning who were running and Jacob Bransky. Those two were running, 1 and 2 there for the longest time. And you see right now, Bransky's just kind of marred behind some lap traffic. It's going to slow him up just a little bit. Trying to work his way around them. Got Brandon Burkowski right there in 4th. Elliott Henderson, he's hanging on to 5th. You can just kind of see what, kind of interested to see. Let's look at lap times here. Last lap, fastest amount on tracks, Elliott Henderson. He ran a 30.24 to a 30.95. And I'm going to look at this. The top 4, all of them run the 30s, but it was a 95, 95, 99, 97. Boy, that's just dead even car around. Yellow flags out. This is going to change everything.
We got 2 down there.
Justin
one at the top and one in the inside wall.
Yeah, Justin Benda got into the wall and then, took out the Affleck machine. Hope he's got insurance on that
talking
thing.
About the Pete machine and saying the Pete machine stays in the trucks. Took him out for us.
He just bounced off the wall. Next thing you know, it was over with. Well, now, this makes it interesting. You just pitted. What do you do? I mean, what do you pit again? I would say you pit again. I say come in and get tires again because tires are very important here at this track.
I personally,
without knowing the sets, I don't know the sets. Without me, and if somebody out there in the league is watching, let me know how many sets y'all running here tonight. Definitely would be curious to know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would probably base it off the people in front of me. I personally like what this guy is just throwing that flag. I love that guy.
I know. He's gonna throw his arm out one day. Well, it looks like we do have a lot of the front runners coming back on pit road. And the reason I asked about the tire sets is because if this is your last set of tires and another caution comes out later on, it could be a disaster if somebody else has another set. Depending on when the caution was to fly. I mean, obviously, if it's a green-white checkered, wouldn't really matter. But Bransky opted to stay out. About 6 other guys opted to stay out. It's like Scott, Frederick, Josh, Max, and Peter all opted to stay out.
Pete's coming up for 6 because he's like back to the Pete machine. He's like, the Pete machine's out. Now I got to show the real Pete machine is using the petty power in his 43 car right there. But no, I kind of like that decision to come down pit road. I would have myself personally, because I'm thinking they probably got, I'm thinking 4 sets.
And if they do, then that leaves them with one more. And like you just said, that would have been a very good, came down. Josh and Max going to come down. I'm with you. I think if they do have the 4 sets, then it leaves them with one more, and they're safe. So it was good strategy to come into the pits like you did.
Yeah, and I think these guys coming, granted they pit 10, 15 laps ago, but still that's these fresh tires coming up. I feel like they're just going to start rolling past people. Rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling.
Well, appreciate everybody tuning in. We're live here on Facebook at OSR Network and on YouTube side of things. Hit the likes and shares buttons out there if you like what you see. Appreciate y'all tuning in as we're kicking off. Well, not kicking off the Cup Series. We kicked off the Truck Series here this past Tuesday. Tomorrow night we got some other great leagues We kick it off 2020 though. 2021. I just said 2020. we definitely won't forget about that one. I will say though, the way 2021 is starting off, we kind of maybe already want to forget about this one, but hopefully it gets better as the days go on and the months. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and a New Year. You know, getting set here and have a good year. It's good seasons here with some great leagues. Kind of excited to see what these guys can put on right now. It's been a really great show for Atlanta, to being as a tough track as this place is.
Absolutely, and we got Jacob back up front. Jacob Bransky in the hippies.
He did not
chippies.
pit, so let's watch. Manning is the first one who took tires. Let's see what 10-lap tires do. The difference of how much difference they make.
And some of these names in the top four who didn't. Pretty sure it was the top four who didn't pit. As you said, Jacob Manning right there in fifth was the first one to come down. These top four are still pretty competitive, and they have been all night, regardless of the position they've been in. And this is where, towards the end of the race, where everybody's making their final moves, kind of trying to see who's just going to work out a little better. Is you got some guys warming up their tires, blah, 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 all that jazz. Pace car dips down.
Green flag.
Green up here.
Well, let's see. As you see, Elliott already drops down the inside. He knows he's got to utilize those new tires. They're 3 wide back there battling. Oh, a little contact in the back, too, and Elliott Henderson goes way down. What a save. Is he going to save it? Yes, he does. Wow. That's a good drive job by him.
Ooh, things were getting a little squirrely down there. Oh, my goodness. But that was a very good save by Elliott.
Yes, it was.
Probably wasn't how he wanted the restart to work out for him, but at least he kept the car. Because, as we know, they don't got a quick fix for this series. So,
like that, too.
Once you get in some trouble, you might, more likely than not, out of contention.
Well, I like that too, because it calms these guys down a little bit. You don't want to be all too aggressive. As we're getting close to about 25 to go here, and you see right there, Jacob Manning's able to push and to turn a lot more than those guys with the older tires. Look at Manning go. He puts the bumper, and it's almost like a plate track. He's pushing those guys up front.
Yeah, he's just picking them off one by one by one by one. And, well, I should say one by one, because he started fifth and now he's third. So, let's not get too ahead of myself. But as we get another one coming in right here, he's just keeping it real smooth, keeping it good. And as we got a car going around back there, it looked like. Is that what I saw?
Pete was off track.
Oh. Yeah, I thought I saw him coming down into
Pete's
the
off
infield.
track.
Yeah.
He's still going. He's still going. He was able to get it going before the caution flew. Good job on his end right there. I appreciate that. Because up front, we got a good battle. R.J. Williams, Jacob Manning down the inside. You see right now, Jacob Williams is trying to take the inside groove. You got Jacob on the outside. Right behind him, you got Brandon Burkuski. He's on the backside looking in. It's still door to door coming out of the turn. Jacob Manning, R.J. Williams on the top side. Right, excuse me, down low. Manning up top. Another fight coming down the back stretch here. Looks like he's going to get a little bit of momentum pull there. Jacob's not going to be able to get the run on the top side. Here comes down the inside again. R.J. had a turn 4.
Yeah, and I like how RJ is kind of not, he's not really giving up. I feel like the other guys behind him maybe just gave him a little bit less of a battle. I like this battle up front going on right now. And also I like how Jacob Manning brought Brandon with him pretty much, as Brandon's fallen off just a bit. Brandon Barkowski right there in third. But I like how they both kind of sifted through, and maybe they're taking advantage of, because I remember talking about this on Tuesday, about the Elliott Henderson dominance. Maybe this is them taking advantage of that with 23 laps to go in this race. Is Elliott's sitting there in 15th, but somehow, some way, it seems as though regardless of where he is, we can never count him out of the race. But I think this is them trying to capitalize on that and kind of put the pedal to the metal and separate however they can, as RJ up front gets clear and gets about a car length separation or so, maybe a car and a half. Who's counting? But getting that nice separation in between, kind of just pulling Jacob Manning with them.
Good battle between the two up front there, like you just said. Jacob Manning was able to, he wasn't able to get around him. R.J. Williams able to powerhouse that machine to the front. Brandon Perkuski right there behind him in third. Christopher Heller, definitely a good job moving up there in the fourth place spot. Ashton Lawson, he's hanging on to fifth. Nice, Shane Nicemonger. Got a good battle though right here, door to door. They're coming out of the turn. That's the seventh place. Eric Kemp machine right there on the inside. Scott on the outside. They're going to see if they can't duke it out coming down the back stretch here. Again, it's for about 7th and 8th. Behind them, Gavin Fitzgerald. He's rounding out the top 10. Like you just said earlier, though, you definitely want to utilize those tires and get them going. Right now, it's what a lot of these guys are doing. Utilize those new tires on the guys that might have a little bit of older tires. As laps are winding down, you kind of feel the heat on the track. Always say, run what you brung. Business is about to pick up. Good battle going on again, side by side.
I see a lot of dipping and diving and dodging and ducking the 5Ds of dodgeball. What? Seen all that stuff going on? Especially in these nice little battles like that one you had up in the 8th, 9th, 10th spot or so. Like right here, everybody's just kind of shuffling around, kind of trying to see wherever they can get an opening and a nice little run going on. As something I also want to bring up again is Shane Nicemonger making the little gains that he's been making throughout the race. Like how we started earlier, he was maybe 15th, 16th, 17th or so, and now he's sitting nice and pretty out there in 5th spot. And I like how he's been kind of quiet, but making his way up there in a nice fashion. Definitely a fan of this.
Absolutely,
how he's
like
been
you just
racing
said.
tonight.
Yeah, Shane looking good up there to the 5th place spot right now, holding on to it. So, definitely earlier on, just was marred back a little bit back in traffic, but he's right there in that 49 machine in the 5th place spot. RJ still holding down the top spot. Everybody kind of single file. I think all the tires have kind of neutralized out a little bit. Let's get back here. We've got a good battle going on. Josh Cottle right there with Gavin Fitzgerald. They're going a little bit of nose to tail. There, Kemp, Scott. So these guys are not done with each other for the moment. They're still single file, but down the bad stretch, look at the inside up top. Here comes Eric. He's going to try to see if he can't take that run on him.
Ooh, that car is disappearing in and out. Who was that?
Looks
was
like that was
14?
Scott. I think it was Scott right there. Might have been Gavin or Scott one. Yeah, looks like Gavin.
But always seeing these cars disappear. Oh, there he goes again. Oh my God, there he is. Whew. Goodness,
now on a plate track, that's something you definitely don't want to see as a car in front of you going there because you're so close. But I know the admins will probably keep an eye on it. Definitely check. Race control. I'll say, look, hey, if he keeps it up, if you don't stabilize. All right, folks, we're in the virtual world. That's our equivalent to mechanical issues in the cars. Kind of see right there. So he's having a little connection issues. And good job. He's pulling out of the way right there. So that's good sportsmanship on his end. Understanding there's a little bit of problem with the connection and just moves up out of the track. So he doesn't get those guys behind him wrecked. Eric Kemp right there along with it. And Gavin hanging on to it. That might be a lap down car right there on the outside.
I'm not quite sure who that is. It's a little dark. The car's a little dark.
Eric right there. The dark car's Eric. And let's see. Gavin is that one. So the one machine, well, that's Eric. Yeah, there's a lap car in between them.
Okay. But as we come to closing in on, what is it, 13 to go in a couple seconds here? Yeah, here we go, 13, and RJ's still holding off right here. Got, what is that, about a 7/8 second of a lead over Jacob Manning and Brandon Barkuski. Looking up front right here. Just running real smooth. Running real smooth. He's coming up on the Pete machine. 43 of the Pete. Peter Ekumongo? Not quite sure because we always say the Pete machine. But he's running a pretty good race so far. He's been up front all day. As Jacob and Brandon are right there in his rear view, putting a little bit of separation in between them. Like you said, that level off. And RJ seems to be moving pretty smoothly, not letting him gain much, if anything. And putting a little bit of separation. Definitely like seeing that as he's coming to deal with the lap car of the Pete machine.
Yeah, it's a good one right now. Another good battle going on, about 8th place still right there with Ashton and Eric. Like you said, laps winding down. We're going to have about 10 to go here. Max Williams up there too. Eric Kemp, Gavin in the mix. But for the moment, RJ, like you said, has a pretty good lead. Manning is trying to see if he can't make a last dash effort to get up there. But he's losing ground. Or actually, it's just kind of stable right now with him.
He seems pretty set in his ways right now with about how far back he's been, being about like that 7 or 8 tenths of a second behind or so up there. If you guys want to take a look up on the left side of the screen with the ticker right there, but who knows, maybe he'll get a little bit of trouble with that Pete cars. I see a little 9 tenths of a second thing popping up right there. So
yeah, it's 0.9.
Maybe
so
RJ
he's losing ground to him.
Maybe RJ took that little advantage right there. Oh, as we go back into the 8 a little bit, but maybe he took that little advantage to get maybe a couple thousandths or hundredths of a second advantage with that lap car. Peter back there in the 43 machine took it to his advantage. It seems to be working out pretty okay for him with coming up with 8 laps to go in this race here at Atlanta, week 3 in the Great Lakes Cup Series.
And it has been a good one all night long here at Atlanta. Like you said, week 3 here, the Cup Series, been able to, diving in here, only just a few cautions. So these guys have actually, done an outstanding job tonight. Kind of caution-free, cross their hands. Like I said, we're coming on about 6-7 laps to go here to close it out tonight for the Great Lakes Cup Series. Atlanta Motor Speedway. Right now, RJ Williams is the man out front. You got Jacob Manning there sitting in second. Brandon Perkuski right there in third. Christopher Heller, main boss man, hanging on to 4th place. And Shane Nicewanger rounds out the top 5 cars running so far. But RJ, he's extending that lead over second right now.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I'm kind of curious if we could get a quick little dive into the view from, say, his face. Inside the cab cockpit, inside the car, whatever you want to call it.
That's the only one got it. Face, but
like from his face or so, like if I'm looking off the tip of his nose or something, kind of see how smooth he's going. And because the concept, like we said earlier, how I can't remember who it was we were watching, but as we were watching how smooth he was.
We were watching RJ earlier, remember, and we were watching him from this angle here, just showing how much wheel input he was putting. You can still see, a little bit wiggly there, but that's just because his tires are worn out. He's, getting down to the last of the run of the tires, probably coming out of the turn, getting a little slick. But you can see him very smooth going into the turns.
And that line, too, looking at that left side mirror right there, that line in the turn looked real squiggly. I mean, it just looked pretty squiggly to me. But that also comes with being a little closer and not as close and whatnot. But as you can see, Jacob Manning in his rear view, like we're saying, about 1.4 seconds or so away. But still, that's...
Here's Manning. We're right along with Manning here behind him in second. Going to see what he's doing. And those two guys are running about dead even. Right there, though, his car got a little bit... You can see he had to kind of modulate that thing a little bit. Not quite as smooth. Kind of tells me right there, that car looks like it's really loose right now. You just saw him right there kind of fighting with the wheel coming out of the turn. Fighting with the wheel going into the turn. That thing right now, his tires could be going away. So he's absolutely, he's fighting with that car a lot more than what RJ is. So it's kind of a neat shot there to show you the difference. Why maybe he's not gaining and losing, because just those little bit of corrections and just by that car right there, Alex, you can tell he's having his hands full with it.
No, he definitely has his hands full. Like you were saying, seeing those little corrections do add up. And as you can see, him fighting it this much, as RJ up front has now been, he's up at about almost, 2 seconds or so?
Yep. Here's a third place man, Brandon Burkuski. Let's see what he's looking like, because he's actually gaining on Jacob. Now you can see he's a lot smoother than Jacob right there, and what's going to happen is that as long as the laps don't wind down, which it probably will, because we're on the white flag right now, he's going to have one more time. He's not going to have enough time to catch him, but eventually what would have happened is Brandon would eventually ran into him. But final time out of turn 4, RJ Williams is going to put this thing in victory lane for race number 3 here of the Great Lakes Cup Series. Jacob Manning's going to hang on the second. Brandon Burkuski is going to hang on the third. What a finish to this one here tonight.
At least we... Not taking any shots at you, Joe. At least we got the last lap right.
That's right. There we go. Didn't get excited on that one.
As he gives him a little love tap. Congratulations on your win, maybe. Good holding them off right there. Nice little win by RJ and nice run.
Oh, yeah. This was a good run to the whole league. I got to give my hats off to everyone out there. Cautions weren't a lot. These guys did an outstanding job. So hats off to everyone.
Also nice. Pretty, like you said, nice run to everyone. Keeping it real clean and all that. Love to see it. Also love to see the burnout celebration we got going on right here with RJ Williams winning the race here. What was it? It was the CReal Camper 125 at Atlanta Motor Speedway with the Great Lakes Cup Series. Love seeing it. Definitely a very, very clean race. Good race. Can't wait to hear from these top 3 guys.
And I gotta also say, the truck series, one of the things that Christopher is in also. Well, let's bring up our third place man. Let's get a word with him. Brandon Burkuski.
Hey, Brandon, it's Alex and Joe up in the booth. How you doing?
We're feeling good. We got another top 3 here back-to-back weeks, so we're definitely trending in the right direction here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, coming off a nice finish at the Rock last time. I know we got a couple weeks off for the holiday and whatnot. Happy holidays, by the way. Hope you had a nice little break from the series here. I ended up watching that race from outside the booth for that one, but very nice. Like you said, second top 3 in a row. How are you feeling coming in on those closing laps?
Man, the 2 guys in front of me are just kind of on a different planet. I was racing on Earth. They were racing on Mars, and I think RJ on Jupiter. So I was really trying to save my stuff, and clearly they were running hard and just moving fast. So they had something that I didn't tonight, but we're content with third, and we're just going to keep our momentum going forward here, just trying to pick off nice top 5, top 10 finishes.
Yeah, and that'll take you a good way in the points, which we're all aware of, and we're all on top of as we see the standings updated every week. But like it looked like you were closing in on Jacob over there, coming up for maybe a good second place contention if you had a couple more laps. What were you thinking as you were closing in on him? You think you were going to catch him, or you think you were going to stay in your spot right there?
I think it's hard to say. I think when it gets really tight like that too, it's pretty tough to pass. You know, the package this car runs is pretty similar to the truck. It's a lot of aero. So if you block and you're able to cut people's air off, it's still really tough to hold the bottom when you're under somebody. So I don't know if we can say that for certain. Jacob had a good car, but like I said, you know, definitely was trying to run him down. But at the same time, we had to realize, hey, no mistakes here. We got the 0x bonus and top 3. So we weren't going to try to overly push it and try to make contact with him or the wall. You know, we'll take the points and the bonus points that we got tonight and just move forward.
Absolutely. Definitely. Like you said multiple times about the points and the point standings. Definitely. We're looking at your car right now. Looks real nice. That's your Twitch channel. If I am correct, am I?
Yeah. So that on the side is just twitch.tv/Brandon Barkuski. Had the race streaming up tonight, so if anybody is, wondering to catch it later, you can go there and see it from my POV later. But yeah, and we based it off Gordon, obviously the GOAT, greatest of all time. So that's debatable, but I'm always going to argue it's Jeff. So yeah.
I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan's the GOAT, but that's basketball. But we won't get into that argument. But anybody you want to shout out? I mean, that was a nice cool little thing right there for people to maybe watch it from your point of view as the whole race transpires and whatnot. But anybody else you want to give a shout out to in this nice race that you had after this evening?
Yeah, I think the guy who finished behind me, Chris Heller, he this week actually unfortunately had to put his dog down, Molly. She was 10. Pretty sad, but Chris actually is running this whole league, and he's doing a darn good job. We've had 3 really, really solid races now, and we have a lot of guys in here. These are 30-plus car fields, so just want to, thoughts and prayers out to the Heller family right now, and, I'm sure Chris is going to continue to run this league as good as it's going so far, and thank you guys for doing the broadcast, Joe and Alex. You guys are doing a great job. I always watch it back.
Well, Joe and I appreciate it, and that was a nice little sentimental thing for the Heller family, like Joe and I stated earlier in the race. Definitely prayers out for them and their family. So, hey, nice race, man. Like I said, it was very clean. We love to see it up here. Everyone loves to see that. Keep the discipline. We'll look forward to next week. Hopefully get a win instead of just top 3, but we'll see next week. Glad to have you up here with us, man.
Yep, and we're going to be doing a lot of practice for that track. I'm not very good there, so we don't know if this will continue next week, but talk to you guys then, and thanks for having me up in the booth.
Yeah, man, anytime.
There you go. Third place man, Brandon Perkuski. Let's bring up our second place man, Jacob Manning, pulling it off here tonight.
Jacob, Alex up at the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, coming off a very strong race, running up towards the top pretty much the entire thing. What was your take after that last restart, coming up trying to get that front position, take over RJ right there?
Well, first of all, good race to RJ and an amazing win. He simply just beat me there. And, I thought for a second at the beginning of the run I might have a chance at it. I knew I had to close up the gap after that terrible restart. So I was throwing it in every corner, and I got up behind him when he was passing for the lead. And I had a run, and I tried to take it to the high side, and unfortunately it just didn't work out. I thought maybe it would. Maybe I could get around him and just try and hold him behind me, but I just used up my tires, and I tried my best to stay with him. I couldn't do it. So, good win to him. I just simply got beat.
Yeah, man. Like like we were talking about pretty much the entire race about how tire wear is going to play an effect and pit stops. And I was on your side with coming down at that time where you came down for that last caution. Definitely was in agreement with that. It looked like towards the end you had your hands full. Is that where you're going at with using up your tires too much? And
yeah, I felt it getting quite loose there at the end. I knew I used up my right front, so it was tight on entry, and if I sent it a little bit too hard, it'd get a little bit loose, and just plowing on exit every single corner. So I should have done a little better of a job conserving there, and maybe I would have had a shot at it, but I definitely tried my best.
Hey, your best did good. You got a nice top 2 right here. Definitely a strong race, the entire race, especially running up front, pretty much in the top tier of the guys up front. Pretty much the entire race, if you ask me. What were you thinking those closing lapses? Brandon was coming a little closer, maybe in your rear view mirror. What was going through your head with that?
I was a little bit worried. I knew I wasn't going to get up to RJ, so I was more just trying to maintain my gap, and I was driving it too hard in, and then I was pushing up the track, and I was losing just way too much time to him. I should have been doing a better job at just going smooth into the corners and not overdriving it. But I was getting a little bit worried. He was getting a little close there, but I luckily maintained it.
And you did a good job of it. So, what are your thoughts coming into next week at Pocono? Coming off a nice top 2, pretty dominant race, if you ask me. So, just kind of, what are your thoughts coming into Pocono for next week?
Oh, I hate Pocono. They call it the tricky triangle for a reason. It's difficult to get used to. The corners are so different. It's easy to overdrive. It's easy to get loose in the tunnel turn. So I'm going to do my best practicing this week, trying to get ready for it, and see what I can do.
Absolutely. Understood over here about the tricky triangle. You got 3 totally different turns and different length straightaways and whatnot. I don't know which one you consider the straightaway and which one you don't, but they're all straightaways to me. But very nice, dominant race tonight. Very, very good to see it. Very clean, very disciplined, as we talk about quite a lot up here, Joe and I. So anybody you want to shout out or anything, or give any praise to or anything after this race?
My mom, my dad, and RJ for putting up a good battle with me. It was pretty fun there at the end. So thank you to all you guys.
Oh, well, we appreciate it. Definitely, like I said, very dominant race. Great to see it. Nice top 2 by you, man, as we're about to bring the race winner, RJ, 2 in a row, up to the booth for Joe to get a slice with him.
Hey there, guys. What's going on? Yeah, that was a great race for all around. It was a lot of fun running with Jacob, Brandon, and all them up front. Pretty solid day. Tried to take care of my shit as much as I could. Try to run around up front. That long green run there where we made green flag pit stops. Jacob got a good bit ahead of me there, and I tried to chase him down before we pitted and ran the tires off of it a little bit, and so came down with Jacob there. He came out in front of me about 2.5 seconds. So I had a good little hole to dig myself out of, and fortunately we got that caution on, I guess lap 90, 91, something like that, and that really saved my day there. We had some of those guys stay out in front on older tires, so that restart, I was able to be the guy on freshies in front there and get around all those guys on old tires and go ahead and set my own pace out front. Jacob had me worried there for a little bit. I wasn't pulling away too fast, but there towards the end, it seemed like I hit my stride and dug right along.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, again, congratulations on that win. Got anybody you want to shout out for tonight?
Big thanks to Windshield Deep. You can check us out on Twitch, Facebook. I think Spencer Dixon, he's the best, even though he's a douchebag sometimes. Good dude. Got to thank One Wraps for the paint job. That thing is amazing. Love One Wraps. great job on that, Dylan Wilson. If you need any paints there, see Dylan. Check us out there. Check me out on Twitch, RJ_W21 on the Twitch. You can catch me out there. All in all, and thanks to Chris and all them for putting on the league. They do a great job. Appreciate them letting me run.
Again, congratulations on that awesome win tonight there, RJ.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there you go. RJ putting it in victory lane. I'll tell you what, folks, what a race tonight. We're going to leave here in Atlanta. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Had a good night there. Again, congratulations to RJ and the Great Lakes Cup Series. Everyone have a good night.